those who had arrested Jesus took him to the house of the high priest Caiaphas. The teachers of the law and the elders had gathered together there. Outside, some of the servants had gathered together around a fire in the courtyard. One of the servants, Tamar, was carrying sticks from a woodpile to the fire. Moments earlier, in the chill of the air, the servants had watched Jesus being led through the courtyard and into the house of Caiaphas. Simon Peter had quietly crept into the courtyard and sat by the fire. There was distress on Peter's face. Caiaphas was no friend of Jesus or anyone associated with him. Tamar kept looking at Simon Peter. She knew who he was. Half of Jerusalem knew who he was. He was always by Jesus' side, and he'd always seemed proud to be a friend of Jesus. Inside the house, the Jewish leaders were looking for false evidence against Jesus to have him put to death, but they couldn't find any. Eventually, Caiaphas shouted at Jesus, "Tell us if you're the Messiah, the Son of God." Jesus answered Caiaphas, "So you say, but I tell all of you, from this time on you will see the Son of Man sitting at the right side of the Almighty and coming on the clouds of heaven." In the courtyard, Tamar added some wood to the flickering flames. And she spoke to Simon Peter. She was desperate to know what had been happening. "You're one of Jesus' friends, aren't you?" But Peter denied it. It looked like he was the one on trial. He moved away from the fire. Then another servant, Naomi, spoke to the others, and she said she'd seen Simon Peter with Jesus too. In a mixture of determination and what seemed like fear, Peter leapt up. He cried out to the servants, "I swear I'm telling the truth. May God punish me if I'm not. I do not know Jesus." And at that moment, a cock crowed. And for a few seconds, there was only silence. Caiaphas declared Jesus' words as blasphemy. The guilty verdict was passed. They spat in Jesus' face and beat him. The soldiers put Jesus in chains and led him out through the courtyard. Tears were streaming down Peter's face, and he ran away into the darkness.